Hi, I am Dr. Karen Lonsdale and I come from Australia, and I've been a senior lecturer at UPSI for 5.5 years.
Okay, for the first question, I want to ask you, can you please tell us your background before you became a prominent figure?
Okay, I was a freelance musician for a long time and music educator and music examiner. So I played opera, ballet, symphony orchestra, chamber music. I did film recording, all sorts of recording projects, CDs, TV ads, pops orchestra. Did a whole range of things actually. I taught part-time at the university, so I would go to the University of Southern Queensland, which was about an hour and a half drive from my house, and also the Queensland Conservatorium when I was living in Brisbane. And when I lived in Sydney, I did some work for the University of New South Wales teaching flute, and I also worked as an examiner for the Australian Music Examinations Board. So I divided my time between things related to education and things related to performance. And of course I did my doctorate as well, so I've completed a doctorate in 2011 and I came here in 2012. It was a bit busy.
Okay, next, who inspired you and how did you get through everything to become successful as now?
Who inspired me? I think it's a combination of people. Firstly, my family, especially my parents, supported me. So they said to me when I was young, you can do whatever you want to do. So I had no restrictions, almost no restrictions. They said that they would encourage me to do whatever I did, but that I would have to work towards my goals and work hard towards my goals, and they would support me in whatever I did. So in that sense I was very fortunate, because other friends of mine had some restrictions as to what their parents expected of them. They expected them to be in a professional career or something like that. So some musicians strike those problems as they're growing up. But I had a lot of support from friends, from other musicians, from my teachers, from conductors. I think as a music community you need a lot of people supporting you actually.
Okay, next question is, what motivates you to become successful musician?
Now, do you mean what motivates me now, or what motivated me before?
Before and now.
Do you know what? When I was growing up, all I wanted to do was sing, dance, and when I got big enough, I literally begged my parents to send me to music lessons. So I think there was like a fire inside. I think many musicians experience that, where it's just so part of your psyche, so part of your soul, that you just have to do it. You're so hungry to sing and dance and you just want to move. So I think motivation, in a way, don't really need it, because you're already, it's already in your blood. But I think the motivation was needed more when I felt discouraged or down. And in that case, it probably comes back to your first question a little bit. The same people. So the family said, come on, keep going, don't worry about it, and so on. Colleagues, friends who are students, friends generally, and family, teachers, those kind of people.
Next question is, what about your family or your parents' ideas on what constitutes a successful person? How has that influenced you?
that's a very interesting question about what my parents think constitutes success. My parents, like I said, encouraged me to do whatever I wanted to do. They are people who have very strong values, and I think it wouldn't matter necessarily which profession I had chosen, but that the value system would be the same. So, be honest, work hard, turn up on time, study hard, keep trying, don't give up, all those kind of things. So I think there was a more general view of success, and I think that those kind of things apply no matter what you decide to do in life. So if I, for example, if I had changed profession, or if I wanted to change profession now, the idea of how to achieve success would be similar, essentially through working hard and working consistently and working with integrity and those things.
Okay, how have your work or life experiences influenced your perception of success?
My life experiences. Do you know what? I was actually thinking about this the other day, because I tell you what, I met a guy in India many years ago.
Oh.
And he said, and I don't know that guy's name, he was a friend of a friend of a friend, a friend of a close friend. And he said something that has stayed with me my whole life. And he said, it doesn't matter what you do. If you're the cleaner on the street, or if you're a musician, or if you're a teacher or a doctor, or whatever you do it with integrity and with sincerity. In other words, you work hard and you do your job sincerely, and that's then you've done well. And I think that's a good perspective to have, because there are a lot of people around here who look around the university. There are people working in restaurants. They're not earning very much, or they're working in a car wash, or they're working as a tailor, or whatever, but they're doing an honest day's work. They're doing a good, honest day's work. So they start at whatever time in the morning, and they work however many hours a day, and they do an honest day's work. And I think that's important. So whatever you do, that you work, as I said, you work hard, you work to the highest level that you can, you work consistently, and you work with integrity. So that's getting back to your question, which is about how my life experiences have affected my view of success. I think I might have had a narrower vision as a younger person. If I'm successful, I'm going to have this much money, and I'm going to have a house, and I'm going to be married, and all those kind of things. But as I've come older, then I think in terms of, think more broadly about success.